was like, what? On Tim Hortons? This is not possible.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be discussing the 4 areas in our lives where we cut waste. In episode 1 of our Bible study, we spoke about how God had been telling us in this season to cut back and to save and not to be wasteful with the things that He's given us. If you're wondering why our setup is different, it's because we usually do a lot of traveling back and forth, and we had service last night and we couldn't head back home, and so we had to stay over in a hotel, and that's why our setup is different. And so anytime that we can get an opportunity to shoot anywhere, we do. So these are the 4 main areas that we cut waste in our budget to make sure that we're optimizing our finances and we're saving and we're not spending money foolishly.
The budgeting tool that we use is from Elevation Church. So we'll provide it in the description below, and you can see all the sections. It's automatic. It's an Excel spreadsheet. It asks you for your net and all that stuff, all the sections. You can customize it, and it just adds and tallies everything up for you. So it's super easy, and that's what we love using. So yeah, thanks Elevation Church.
Yeah, thank you Elevation Church. So the first area is groceries. Groceries being the number 1 culprit, because what happened was that we used to just like shop based on, what do we need at home, and sort of like not necessarily budgeting and planning what we want to eat during the week. So we ended up spending probably sometimes $600-$700 on groceries a month. And it was like, this is too much just for 2 people. So we started meal prepping, designing our meals for the week, figuring out, okay, what do we want to eat during the week? Yeah. And then we go shop for that. So now we sort of like spend about $80 to $100 per week on groceries, which brings it down to $400 a month, which is great. I still think it's a little bit too much. I'm not trying to be stingy.
Consider that inflation, groceries in general are just more expensive. So I think we're just you're not going to get as much as you did for $100 as you did like 2 years ago in general. So. Yeah,
well, that's true. And if you want to switch to like cheaper banners like a No Frills or a Freshco, or a place where you feel like their things might be cheaper, go there.
It's the same products.
It's the same products.
They're owned by a lot of the same companies.
Exactly. So you're gonna see a lot of savings there.
So next I'm going to talk about eating out. So yeah, it's still under the food category, but these were our 2 biggest wasteful spending areas. Right. Because we travel back and forth from Toronto, we would eat out weekly, and then during the week as well, because we obviously didn't want to cook every single day. So we would eat out pretty frequently, and we wouldn't really track how much we were spending when we were eating out. But when we actually started going through our budget frequently, we noticed that we were spending about $500 a month just on eating out. It adds up a lot. Those Tim Hortons runs, those, let's get a pizza on Saturday, I don't want to cook. Those dining out experiences every once in a while when we're in Toronto, we're like, let's go to Moxie's, which is our favorite restaurant. Let's go here. That's like $90 a trip. To be realistic, we're definitely not cutting out eating out overall. We don't think that's realistic for us, but we are very mindful of how we spend when we're eating out. So we have a budget now set for eating out. Once it's exhausted, we try not to go over it. We do every once in a while. So now our budget is about, I believe, $200 for eating out a month.
It's $150.
Oh, okay.
That is very conservative. Some of you are probably watching and being like, $150
a month?
But it's one of those things that, like Peggy said, we used to go to Moxie's like almost every Sunday.
Yeah, so 4 times a month, 90 times 4,
so that was like
almost
easily
$400.
almost $400.
Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest surprises was Tim Hortons. One month going through our finances, realized that we had spent like $350 on Tim Hortons. Yeah. And every morning, I love my coffee, so I'll go for a Tim Hortons run. I'll be like, babe, what you want? And those $2, $3, thinking it wasn't a lot of money, but then at the end of the month, it was like
every day for 30 days.
I was like, what? On Tim Hortons? This is not possible.
Yeah, so that's how we limited our dining out expenses. We just budgeted a certain amount every month, and we tried to only use that amount.
And here's the tip: if you're a coffee drinker like myself, just buy your own coffee from Zares or Walmart for $20, a whole tub for $20, and then just blend, make your own coffee at home if you have a coffee maker. But I think it's worthwhile investing in a coffee maker. And then the next area is insurance. So this is wild. So we both drive the same car.
We have one car.
We have one car. It was okay. So again, again, this is where it gets really, really interesting. We had 2 cars. I had my car, Peggy had her car,
Yeah.
but then when COVID happened and we bought our home, and we're not going into work as much because most of us were working from home,
Yeah.
right?
And I'm on mat leave right now, so I'm home.
Exactly. And Peggy being on mat leave, there was no need for us to have 2 cars because my car a month was costing almost $1,000. Gas, insurance, all of that type of stuff, car payments. So we got rid of that car. So if you're watching this and you have 2 cars
And don't need it.
and don't need it, get rid of it if you can. It's gonna help you save a lot of money. The insurance for Peggy's car, because it was for both of us, was like $350.
Yeah.
That was because we had some minor
Incidences.
incidents that brought it up. But
Yeah.
our home insurance is also with the same company.
Yeah.
So we called them up. We were able to get a bundle. We're able to take advantage of these like cost savings through like school discounts and just being an alumni. And now our insurance is down to I think $245.
And it can actually go down to $220. We just
Right.
need to like add his email or something on file. So like there's just
Exactly.
like these little things that like if you do like
Right.
call them up and they'll be like, oh, there's this saving. If you apply online, here's 10%. If you use
Yeah.
our app, here's another 15%. that
We
you
get a
have discount
specific
from.
we get a specific discount when we use their app to monitor our driving. So there are other discounts in there. So like just check that out.
The last area is subscriptions. I don't know why that word is like hard to come off the tongue. So before we were married, of course, we both had our own profiles. I mean, we shared some stuff, but like, he was big on like Disney.
I was big on everything.
Yes, he watches a lot of shows and movies. So yeah, he was big on Disney, Netflix. What else did you have?
I had
YouTube. YouTube Premium. What
Yeah,
else?
I had Apple TV.
Apple TV. I think I said that.
I think Prime was the only thing that I didn't have.
Yeah,
'cause
so
didn't
I have
really
Prime
like the
because
shows on there,
I
but-
like to shop.
Yeah.
Well, because I actually needed it for my business stuff,
Yeah.
but I also like to shop, and who doesn't want 2-day free shipping? But then I also use Prime. I actually just recently started using it. So we now have Prime. We then also have this like Apollo TV thing through like
My brother.
his brother.
Yeah.
So like we just have a lot of channels and subscriptions, and we're like we don't watch all of this, and a lot of the things that we watch they're duplicated on
Yeah.
multiple streaming services, so you can find the shows you want to watch almost in most places. So we've been able to decrease the amount of subscriptions we have and just focus on the ones that we use the most. Or for example, if you really wants to watch a new series or something, just subscribe to that specific
month. Just
Yeah.
the month that it's being streamed. And
yeah,
then
just
cancel
subscribe to it
after.
for a month and then cancel it, because otherwise it's just going to be sitting there and we're paying for it.
Well, don't forget to cancel those subscriptions though, because they sneak up on you.
I know.
Before you know, you're in for another month, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think that is one of. It wasn't that much. Like
No, it's not a lot, but it's like $30.
It's
or
like
more actually.
It's those
'Cause
little
they're each
things.
like $12, $15,
Yeah,
$20.
I mean, it's more than 30.
Yeah.
Like when you look at it, you're like, oh, it's not much. But then when you like just add it up, across the board, you realize, oh, okay, I'm spending quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then also we had like regular cable at home, which we don't watch. The only reason why we have cable is because it actually brings our internet bill down. But
yeah, and because of sports. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
basketball.
yeah, basically what we're trying to say here is that this is not the season to be wasteful.
Nope.
I don't think there is any season to be wasteful.
No, but especially in this season, try your best.
Especially
to
in
not
this
be
season. So
wasteful.
we've had to sort of like refine our money habits. We've had to really take a look and keep each other accountable and say, well, is this thing really necessary? Do we really need to buy it? Do we need it now? Can we postpone it? Do we have to save up for it? And so these are the little things that you need to do in order to be able to make sure that, oh, okay, I'm not going over my budget. I'm having enough to save. I'm, being able to route my money in places where it can grow and multiply. And so that's just, something that we wanted to share with you guys. If you guys found this helpful, please like the video and comment below. It really, really helps us. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. We have a bunch of entertainment and Bible study stuff coming up. Haven't even seen a quarter of what it is that we are planning on doing on this channel. And so if you love wholesome faith, family, food type of content, please subscribe. With that being said, thank you guys so much for today's episode. Share with your friends. Let someone know about this channel.
Yeah.
We love you all, and God bless you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.